Layoffs for Tesla staff are still ongoing. Not nearly 2 weeks after terminating at least one, 400 employees, the electric vehicle firm is laying off hundreds more, including 2 senior executives, the head of new products, and the executive director of Tesla's Supercharger group. Something strange is happening at Tesla in today's episode. To put it simply, Walmart gets a new Semi, and the Optimus bot gets an update. So what's really going on with Tesla these days? Has Elon Musk gone insane, or is he just solidifying his status as the greatest business innovator of the 21st century? Opinions on this content are divided, so let's get started. Before we go any further, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Let's begin this video, and welcome to Tesla stock news. Significant company-wide layoffs have been occurring at Tesla. Just this past weekend, additional employees were go from the engineering and software service departments, and these layoffs join roughly 10 factory workers, a few top senior executives, the majority of the battery cathode manufacturing team at Giga, Texas, and apparently everyone in charge of Tesla's Supercharging division. This particular cut is causing a lot of controversy. To further add to the intrigue, Tesla even canceled their summer internship program a few weeks before college students from all across the nation were scheduled to arrive. Elon Musk appears to be alone during this reduction process, as Tom J.W., Tesla's lone senior officer, has returned to China. Elon Musk has provided a number of justifications for the layoffs, which has caused some misunderstanding, but his remarks also provide some clarification. The company is planning to lay off roughly 10% of its salaried staff, according to CEO Elon Musk. Musk claims that the layoffs are necessary because the company grew a bit too quickly in some areas. But he also stated that he expects their headcount to be higher in a year for both salaried and hourly employees. The initial round of layoffs mostly impacted Giga, Texas factory workers. Elon blamed this on Tesla's explosive employment growth over the previous few years, which resulted in hiring inefficiencies and job duplication. Then high-profile departures started to occur, including the resignation of Drew Vigino, head of energy, engineering, and powertrain. Drew was much more than just his title. He was viewed as Elon Musk's right-hand man and frequently joined him on stage for significant updates. Many people thought Drew could lead Tesla if something were to happen to Elon, but it appears that was not the case following these high-profile departures that appeared to be mutual or at least voluntary. Elon told investors that these adjustments were a part of restructuring for the company's next stage of expansion. But then things took an odd turn when the entire staff responsible for Tesla's Supercharging network, including Rebecca Tanucci, the head of charging infrastructure, was fired in a single blow. You may recall her from last year's Tesla Investor Day, where she talked about efforts to improve the efficiency of Tesla's charging experience, ease traffic at charging stations, and bring new car manufacturers like Ford and Rivian into the Supercharger network. All of this sounded like the kind of advancement Tesla fans would want to hear about. But Elon's tone drastically changed, according to an internal email leaked to the media, which used these layoffs as an example to highlight how serious he is about headcount and cost reduction. Here is a passage from that email. Hopefully, these actions are making it clear that we need to be absolutely hardcore about headcount and cost reduction. Even though some executive staff are taking this seriously, the majority are not yet fully on board. After laying off needless employees, the company reorganized its leadership for a new stage of expansion, and now it is implementing strict cost-cutting measures. Elon Musk isn't altering his tale in this way. Many Tesla owners are worried about this issue because each explanation was accurate at the time for each stage of the reduction process concentrating back. On supercharging, Elon recently stated on X that Tesla still intends to grow the network of superchargers, but at a slower pace for new locations, with a stronger emphasis on 100 uptime and expanding existing locations. This slower growth was swiftly demonstrated when Tesla withdrew 4 new supercharger locations around New York City that were set to begin construction. These stations were meant to meet surge and demand from Uber drivers using Tesla vehicles. Although most EV drivers typically charge at home, a dependable and efficient on-the-go charging system is crucial. Any newly licensed ride-sharing car must be electric per New York City's Green Rides plan, which was launched last year. The use of EV chargers in NYC ride-sharing has already increased tenfold as a result of this rule. Unlike typical EV owners who can charge their vehicles at home, most NYC residents lack access to home charging infrastructure, making dependable public charging stations essential. This is especially true for vehicles used by services like Uber and LFT, which require supercharging far more frequently than the average driver. For Tesla, this circumstance offers both chances and challenges. The rise in EV charger usage highlights the urgent need for a strong and extensive network of superchargers, but Tesla recently fired the entire staff in charge of its supercharging division, raising questions about the company's capacity to meet this increasing demand. However, the Tesla journey doesn't end there. Every day is an exciting discovery with ups and downs, which makes it even more interesting. This is how Tesla continues to attract more and more investors into its rabbit hole. But do you know who else shares in its optimism? Today's sponsor, Seeking Alpha, is one example of how Tesla's remarkable growth isn't just for Tesla bulls and those with a keen eye for the next stock market gem. Seeking Alpha is your one-stop store for the newest Tesla products. Targets for the price of Tesla's shares. Tesla. Innovation in all its forms. Elon Musk avoids the mainstream media's criticism of Tesla. With Tesla withdrawing from new supercharger installations in NYC, other businesses like Revel are filling the void. Seeking Alpha is the greatest pro-Tesla news source on the internet. If you click on the affiliate links in the description and make a purchase, our channel may receive a commission. Thank you for your support. Since other EV manufacturers are increasingly adopting the North American charging standard, if every EV uses NX, then all EV charging providers will need to include these connectors, enabling businesses like Electrify America and Revel to service Tesla vehicles. Revel has already taken over some of the charging stations that Tesla abandoned, meaning that Tesla may no longer be the sole provider of charging infrastructure for its vehicles. As the market for EVs grows, the ability to provide dependable, accessible charging will be crucial to maintaining Tesla's competitive edge. This change could lessen the immediate pressure to expand its supercharger network, but it could also have an impact on its brand reputation and customer satisfaction if the public charging infrastructure is unable to meet the needs of its users. One plausible explanation is that almost all new EVs sold in America after 2025 will use Tesla's charging system, the North American Charging Standard. This lessens the pressure on Tesla to supply all charging infrastructure. If every vehicle uses NX, then all EV charging providers will need to include native NX connectors. Businesses like Electrify America and Revel will have its gap. While the charging infrastructure issue is still being addressed, Tesla is no longer directly handling it due to Revel taking over the NYC charging stations that Tesla had abandoned. This raises questions about Elon's thinking. Was the Tesla charging team doing a redundant job? Was there a need to restructure due to a rapidly changing situation? Or was this an opportunity to cut costs? While this isn't necessarily the best course of action, there may be a method to Elon's actions. Sometimes change is necessary for progress. Change is frequently uncomfortable and messy. So we'll just have to see how things work out. A Walmart has been seen being towed by a brand new Tesla truck. As Tesla grows its pilot programs, branded trailer images that were uploaded online over the weekend depict the truck in Stockton, California. The Tesla cab bears the branding of Walmart Transportation LLC, indicating that Walmart has officially accepted the vehicle. A Walmart has at least 130 trucks on reserve for the Tesla Semi, in addition to the initial. Deliveries to PepsiCo in 2022. This is part of Walmart's goal to reach zero emissions by 2040, so they will require many more electric trucks in Stockton. Last week, the restaurant supply company Martin Brower received 2 Tesla semis, which were well received by the 5-train drivers during its Q1 earnings call. More semi deliveries are anticipated by late 2025, according to Tesla, with external customer delivery beginning in 2026. Earlier this week, Tesla started to expand its Gigafactory in Nevada in January in order to boost production of the 4,680 battery cell. Tesla posted a video of the Optimus bot in their robotics lab. The robot was sorting battery cells into a tray using complex hand movements. Although its work pace might be improved, although Elon Musk gave update on the Optimus design, and particularly its hands, it is unlikely that these robots will replace factory workers anytime soon. By later this year, the Optimus will have 22 degrees of hand freedom, an improvement over the current robotic standard of 11 degrees. A degree of freedom is the number of directions a mechanism can move. The more degrees, the more flexible and functional the hand becomes. Elon Musk stated that these are only projections and that he has a history of poor timetable. But he still thinks these bots might be doing beneficial work in Tesla plants by the end of the year and could be made accessible for external use by the end of next year. Keep checking back to see how these developments develop. That concludes today's episode. We discussed some significant changes at Tesla, including restructuring and layoffs, as well as the most recent information on the Optimus spot. We also witnessed Walmart receive their new Tesla Semi as part of their 2040 emissions target. And we got a sneak peek at the future thanks to Tesla's fascinating robotics advancements. How do you feel about these developments? Do they create more questions, or did they move things in the correct direction? How do you feel about the most recent innovations from Tesla? If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe to Tesla Stock News for the most recent updates on Tesla and its innovations. Will the Semi and Optimus bot live up to the hype, or are there more hurdles ahead? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for viewing, and I hope to see you again soon.